It's 10 o'clock at WHTZ St. Louis. This Z100 newscast is sponsored by Heinz Ketchup. I'm Jennifer Byington with a look at today's headlines. An Indiana woman is dead after a one-car crash early this morning near Granite City. 32-year-old Heidi L. Walsh-Waite of Granger, Indiana, lost control of her SUV on Illinois Route 3, causing it to strike a guardrail, flip in the air, and smash into a concrete overpass of Interstate 270. Walsh-Waite was the only person in the car and was pronounced dead at the scene. A teenager is dead after being shot to death Monday night in a vacant lot. Healthcare reform is the issue dominating the public consciousness and Congress. Current legislation focuses on insurance companies. The next target for increased scrutiny is the monumental cost of defensive medicine. Dr. Robert Beckman, a local surgeon and head of the medical staff at St. Anthony's Medical Center, sat down with me to discuss this issue.
Defensive medicine is when a physician proceeds with tests and procedures which may not be medically indicated simply in order to protect himself from the possibility of what a patient perceives as a failure to diagnose or failure to treat.
And what would be an example of defensive medicine?
I see it very frequently occurring, especially in an emergency room setting. Patients come in with complaints of abdominal pain or back pain or chest pain, and they end up getting CAT scans of the abdomen, CAT scans of the chest. The yield on those tests is extremely low.
So why don't doctors just stop ordering these tests? According to policy experts and Dr. Beckman, fear of malpractice lawsuits. But for most of us, including lawyers bringing the suits, malpractice is misunderstood as it's defined by law.
Complications happen. They are unavoidable. You can never eliminate all complications. Despite one's best efforts, bad things happen. To me, that's not malpractice. It's malaccurrence. That is the difficult and frustrating part of malpractice lawsuits. Most of the time, it doesn't represent true malpractice. It simply is malaccurrence.
According to Dr. Beckman, just filing a malpractice suit costs doctors money. Defense lawyers generate charges just to have a case thrown out. But doctors' malpractice insurance premiums raise even if the case is dismissed. A solid financial reason to practice defensive medicine. Dr. Beckman feels curbing defensive medicine will be difficult.
Defensive medicine is almost a cultural phenomenon now, in that people are so used to ordering tests when maybe they don't really need to, but it has become so commonplace that will require a cultural change.
So what about circumventing the legal system to save money? Case in point, the Just Say Sorry movement. Doctors practice their best medicine and squash a patient or family's urge to sue by openly discussing any treatment failures. Saying sorry has a failed history.
That could be used in court as a de facto admission of guilt. And so if doctors never said they were sorry, supposedly in Missouri that can no longer be held against a physician. But I suspect it still finds its way into court.
So it's a tangled web of misinformation, mistrust, and legal maneuvering from all angles that drives up medical spending. There are no simple answers. Is defensive medicine needed until sweeping malpractice reform is enacted? A country waits for resolution to a problem that can mean dollars and cents or life and death. This is Jennifer Byington reporting.